Srimad Bhagavatam 5.2.2 Sacha kadachit pitrulokakāmah suravaravanita akridāchaladronyam bhagavantam vishvasrijam patim abhrita paricharyopakarana atmaekāgriyena tapasvi ārādhayāṃ babhūva. Saha, he. That is how that's how it comes. But just see the speed and everything. This there is a limitation of StreamYard. That's it. Saha, he, King Agnidhra, cha, also, kadachit, once upon a time, Pitruloka, the Pitruloka planet, Kamaha, desiring, Suravara, of the great demigods, Vanita, the women, Akrida, the place of pastimes, Achaladronyam, in one valley of the Mandara hill, Bhagavantam, under the most powerful Lord Brahma, Vishvasrijam, of personalities who have created this universe, Patim, the master, Abhrita, having collected, Paricharya Upakaranaha, ingredients for worship, Atma, of the mind, Eka Agriyena, with full attention, Tapasvi, one who executes austerity, Ārādhayāṃ babhūva, became engaged in worshipping. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: desiring to get a perfect son and become an inhabitant of Pitraloka, Maharaj Agnidhra once worshipped Lord Brahma, the master of those in charge of material creation. He went to a valley of Mandara hill, where the damsels of the heavenly planets come down to stroll. There he collected garden flowers and other necessary paraphernalia and then engaged in severe austerities and worship. Please repeat. Desiring to get a perfect son and become an inhabitant of Pitraloka, Maharaj Agnidhra once worshipped Lord Brahma, the master of those in charge of material creation. He went to a valley of Mandara hill, where the damsels of the heavenly planets come down to stroll. There he collected garden flowers and other necessary paraphernalia and then engaged in severe austerities and worship. Purport. The king became Pitraloka Kama, or desirous of being transferred to the planet named Pitraloka. Pitraloka is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivrataha. 925 Bhagavad Gita. To go to this planet, one needs very good sons who can make offerings to Lord Vishnu and then offer the remnants to their forefathers. The purpose of the Shraddha ceremony is to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, so that after pleasing him, one may offer prasad to one's forefathers and in this way make them happy. The inhabitants of Pitraloka are generally men of the Karma Kandiya or fruitive activities category, who have been transferred there because of their pious activities. They can stay there as long as their descendants offer them Vishnu Prasad. Everyone in heavenly planets such as Pitraloka, however, must return to earth after exhausting the effects of his pious acts. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9.21, Kshine Punye Martyalokam Vishanti. Persons who perform pious acts are transferred to higher planets, but when the effects of their pious acts are over, they are again transferred to earth. Since Maharaj Priyavrata was a great devotee, how could he have begotten a son who desired to be transferred to Pitraloka? Lord Krishna says, Pitrinyantri Pitrivrataha. Persons who desire to go to Pitraloka are transferred there. Similarly, Yanti Madhyajino Pimam 925. Persons who desire to be transferred to the spiritual planets, Vaikuntha can also go there. Since Maharaj Agnidhra was the son of a Vaishnava, he should have desired to be transferred to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. Why then did he desire to be transferred to the Pitraloka? In answer to this, Goswami Giridhar, one of the Bhagavatam commentators, remarks that Agnidhra was born when Maharaj Priyavrata was infatuated by lusty desires. This may be accepted as a fact because sons are begotten with different mentalities according to the time of their conception. According to the Vedic system, therefore, before a child is conceived, the Garbhadhana Samskar is performed. This ceremony molds the mentality of the father in such a way that when he plants his seed in the womb of his wife, he will beget a child whose mind will be completely saturated with a devotional attitude. At the present moment, however, there are no such Garbhadhan Samskaras, and therefore people generally have a lusty attitude when they beget children. Especially in this age of Kali, there are no Garbhadhan ceremonies. Everyone enjoys sex with his wife like a cat or dog. Therefore, according to Shastric injunctions, almost all the people of this age belong to the Shudra category. Of course, although Maharaj Agnidhra had a desire to be transferred to Pitraloka, this does not mean that his mentality was that of a Shudra, he was a Kshatriya. Maharaj Agnidhra desired to be transferred to Pitraloka and therefore he needed a wife because anyone desiring to be transferred to Pitraloka must leave behind a good son to offer yearly pinda or prasad from Lord Vishnu. To have a good son, Maharaj Agnidhra wanted a wife from a family of demigods. Therefore, he went to Mandara hill where the women of the demigods generally come to worship Lord Brahma. In Bhagavad Gita 4.12, it is said, Kankshantah karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha. Materialists who want quick results in the material world worship demigods. This is also confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri Aishwarya Prajep Savaha. Those who desire beautiful wives, substantial wealth, and many sons worship the demigods, but an intelligent devotee, instead of being entangled by the happiness of this material world in the form of a beautiful wife, material opulence, and children, desires to be immediately transferred back home, back to Godhead. Thus he worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। How's the thing? Okay. प्रजेप्सवः, ऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः। Bhagavatam, ऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः, but I can't find the verse in the Bhagavatam. Is that 422? 1? Oh, that was horrible forms of the demigods. Shri Aishwarya Prajaipsavaha, Aishwarya Praja Ipsavaha. It's important. So, a very important topic. Nowadays, in contrast, people, especially at least in America, they are forgetting what is man and what is woman also, and what is the purpose of sex. Everything is being forgotten. This is not a surprise because when religion is taken out of human civilization, we will forget actually what is the purpose of all these things. If you see any laws that are existing in the world, even in countries where there is no religion, I mean, or religion is banned, communist, authoritarian, like even in North Korea or China or anywhere, there are laws. The structure of family, there are laws based on family, right? Children, education, and everything. They have built so many laws, man-made laws, not perfect, but the foundation of those laws are there in religion. Because the definition of a family, of husband, wife, and then children, comes from where? Ultimately, what is the why there is marriage? Marriage is actually a religious thing. For begetting children, there is no need of marriage. Like cats and dogs, they don't need marriage; they can produce children. Why there is this custom of marriage? So its origin, if you trace back, it is always in religion. So the structure of anything comes from religion because sahayajna praja srishtva, yajna, vivaha yajna or any yajna, samskaras, reformatory processes for a good civilization. Sahayajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapati anena prasavishyadvam eshavostvishta kamadhuk. The Lord created the praja, I mean the people, I mean the souls he injected into this material world, and at the same time, Saha, along with them, he brought forth the system of sacrifice. Sacrifice means sacrificing our sense gratificatory tendency and molding our life in such a way that we act only for the benefit or the pleasure of Krishna. So that's where the whole structure comes. Otherwise, there is no rules. When we try to defy rules, we will endanger ourselves. Like in a traffic on the road, there are roads and then there are traffic rules. Now, if I say that, oh, I don't want this, I don't want to be following any rules, this is too restrictive. If I complain like that, the other option is danger. Because if I don't stop at a red light, I don't care for the lanes or direction of traffic or where I want to turn. I just want to go there. I'll just go. I don't see whether there's a crossing or whether there's traffic oncoming or if I don't care, then I'm endangering myself and others. So restrictions are there. Yes, nobody wants to stop at a red light. Nobody likes. But if we choose not to, the other option is death. Our life will come to a red light. His body will come to a red light. Yeah. So, as a trade-off for a smooth um, um running of our life, we have to accept these rules. Even if one rejects religious rules, one has to accept some government rules. If a government has to have some order in the society, there has to be restrictions. So ultimately, all these shastra, shasdhatu, shastra means a controlling instrument. Shastra means a controlling instrument. Astra means weapon. Shastra also means weapon. Shastra means that is also another weapon. So, Prajaraksha, to protect the citizens, there are many control systems. So, first there is Shastra. There is the direction of why we should act you know, according to the Vedas. Why? And everything, and what are the actions we are supposed to do. Everything is delineated in the books. Now, those who are intelligent, they will follow. But vast majority, they will glide down to mode of passion ignorance where they don't want to follow this, where they become against. Shastra vidim utsrijya vartate kamakarataha. They give up shastric injunctions and they act. So, for people of such tendency, there are other control factors, like, for example, family, state law, family customs. These also deter, they are deterrents. Actually, nobody can stop anybody from doing anything. Right? I mean, of course, our body has certain limitations. We cannot fly if we want to. But now we have invented machines which can fly. But I'm saying, if I want to murder someone, I can do it. Nobody is stopping. What is stopping me from doing it? Knowledge of what is right, what is wrong, and what the consequences of it. Or if I don't have such knowledge, state law will deter me, or family customs will deter me. I'm coming from a nice family, I shouldn't be doing this kind of things. These kind of things are deterrents for my, at least for my family's reputation or something. I will think in these terms. These are control factors, but the base is religion. A family will have any rules only because of religion again. That is explained by Arjuna in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Do you know? His argument was to Krishna that, see, you are asking me to, I mean, you have, somehow this battle has come now, but so many, only men are here, and these men are some women's husbands or brothers or sons or fathers, uncles, grandfathers. So they have certain responsible positions in family and society, and because of that, the women are kept in control in religious life, and such children of such parents, they will they will be good progeny and everything. Society will be in order. The forefathers will be given pinda. Putrarthe kriyate bharya putra pindam prayojanam. Putrarthe kriyate bharya. For begetting son, one should accept a wife, not for anything else. Putrarthe kriyate bharya. And why son? Putra pinda prayojanam, for offering this pinda, Vishnu Prasad, so that one can be elevated even if one accidentally commits something. But to have this kind of responsible children, there has to be religiousness in the house. The household duties, the mother is taking care. I mean, the woman is taking care. The man, of course, he is also. but he also goes to work and he earns his livelihood. He engages in other. So the family structure for everything should be to be all right. There has to be religion, otherwise everything will go off. Like in a necklace, if you cut the thread, all the pearls will be just strewn away. Religion is like the thread. Krishna says what? Mata parataram nanyat kinchidasya dhananjaya maya sarvam idam protam sutre manigana eva. Krishna is like the thread supporting the necklace of pearls. And Veda is Veda Narayana Sakshat. So the Veda is also, putting everything in order. If that is cut, everything will be, it will no more be a necklace. It will be complete chaos. Um, so they are the actually controlling factor is there. So now what is happening? Society is going on an atheistic path, and they are rejecting religion. Governments are rejecting religions. You may say, oh no, no, no. Government don't, they are secular, they allow religion. Secular means what? Okay, okay, we understand that you are coming from some, age old customs, you have religious beliefs and everything. Now we can't stop everything. Okay, you practice your religion silently at your home, at your family, you do functions, yeah, you do. But in the systematic education system, zero mention of religion. If at all any mention, it is mentioned in a way as if it was a regressive factor in society than a progressive factor. Oh, because of religion there was sati. Because of religion there is caste system. Because of religion there is, discrimination and all these things. That is the only mention of religion. So this is, what is this? This is, they're saying secular, but they're actually negatively partial to religion. They're negatively disposed towards religion. Yeah. They're not encouraging. Yes, please, everybody follow your religions properly. No, they're not saying that. If you follow, you follow. If you don't follow, you don't follow. But don't disturb the state laws. State laws are ultimate. That is their understanding. So, what will happen? It is a systematic program, because in school, if we don't learn religion, anything about God, then the people who grow up like that may have some religious, some traces because of some their family customs, but they will have maybe 10% of what their parents have. So when then they grow, and they will pass only 10% of their only, or 1% of theirs. So in few generations time, it will be complete religious lack of, religious less society, and that's what they want. Then they can completely control the narrative. Uh, that's what they want. Then you will say, okay, this is good, or whatever government say is good. So dismantle the structure. This homosexual, they're fighting for their rights and everything. Now 37A, what is that act? The government consulted us also. What is our opinion? Yeah. An officer called, asked, what is your opinion about this? Because they want to take opinion of the religious leaders. So they called me to get our opinion. As it is complete bogus. What to speak of homosexual? In heterosexual also, without marriage is bogus. Within marriage, without procreation is bogus. So far away. It's very far away. It is stupidity. And because of that, now people will no more. In America, Supreme, the what is it, apex court in America, the judge on that panel, sorry, lawyer or judge, lawyer, some of the bench, I don't know, some attorney general or some bench will be there, government thing. The lawyer, high profile lawyer, she was asked this question: what is a woman? She could not define. I cannot say, I'm not a biologist, she said. So people started trolling her on the internet like anything. Okay, so people asked, and many people are also like that. Even women themselves, they can't define what a woman is. Why? Because whoever thinks he's a woman, he's a woman. It's no more a biological thing for them. If a man today thinks he's a woman, he's a woman. If you say he's not a woman, you are discriminating. How can you? So they are not able to define what is what also. Why this happens? This is because the thread is cut. Everything is now, there's no order. What is right, what is wrong, what is up, what is down, we don't know. What is left, what is right. So there has to be reference points. What is right? And where we will find them? Shastra. So we will go there and come back just 1624, 1623 and 24. या शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति न सुखं न परां गतिम्. This is the destination of idiots who discard scriptural injunctions. He who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. But, next verse, Tasmat, therefore, Shastram pramanante karya akarya vyavasthitau jnatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartum iharhasi. What is that? One should therefore understand what is duty, what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. Compare that with this. Okay. Shastra are the base. Now, different people will be there. Some people will accept, some people will partially accept, some people will not accept at all. So let's see what is the, condition of those people. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha karya karye bhaya bhaye bandham moksham cha yavetti buddhi sa partha satviki. Those in the mode of goodness. Yes, Sri Radha Madam. Those in the mode of goodness, they know what is what? What is pravrittim, what is nivrittim, what is to be accepted, what is to be given up, what is duty, what is not, what is to be feared, and what is not to be feared. Not that, oh, I don't fear anything, I'm a fearless person, I'm a daredevil. Yeah, you're a devil. And in the X Factor, the daredevil, I told many times that there was one episode where I saw that they have to eat some worms, and then they were put inside. And when one episode, it was like he had to eat some items. One of them was a cow's eyeball. Look at that. And everybody was like that, One guy was like, he was very proud. They think they are very fearless. But bhaya and abhaya. What is to be feared, what is not to be feared? Maya should be feared. They are playing with fire. Fire is to be feared. Bandham moksham. What is binding and what is liberating? They know all these things. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. What is to be accepted and rejected? Karya akarya. What is duty, what is not? Bhaya abhaya. What is to be feared and what not? Bandham moksham. What is binding, what is liberating? Chaya vetti. Vetti means those who know. Buddhi sa partha satviki. Their intelligence is in the mode of goodness. Easy to understand, you see, if you deconstruct the words. The son of Pritha, that understanding by which one knows what ought to be done, what ought not to be done, what is to be feared and what is not to be feared, what is binding and what is liberating is in the mode of goodness. Now, next. This happens. This mode of passion is now where we are, where the society is mostly in ignorance also, is going down. When we are in passion, next is ignorance. For sure. Unless one takes to, just like from any height, coming down is very easy. You can jump down and you can just jump off the ledge, you will be down. But going up is where you need a lot of strength, a lot of energy to go up. So unless we get the energy, spiritual and from Krishna, unless we are connected there, and there needs to be a rope. We have to climb or ladder or something. We have to be there to assist us. And then we have to put in effort. For falling down, we don't need to put any effort. Zero effort needed to fall down. Gravity will automatically take us down. So in this material world, everything gravitates towards ignorance because it's avidya, tamaha. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Don't stay in the darkness, come to light. How to come to light? In the dark well, there is all darkness. Light, how to come? Bhakti rajum, the rope of devotion. यया धर्मम अधर्मम च कार्यम चाकार्यमेव च अयथावत् प्रजानाति बुद्धि सा पार्थ राजसी. अयथावत्, imperfectly. Yatha, yatha, in Bengali or Hindi also. Our Bhagavad Gita is called Bhagavad Gita Yatharoop. In Bengali, Jata Jata. Yatha Tatham. Yatha Tatham means as it is. How it is, that's how it is. That's Yatha Tatham. Ayathavat means not as it is. Imperfectly. Ayathavat. Vat means like. Like. Prajanati knows. Janati means no. Prajanati means in Prakrishta Rupena. Specifically. Especially. Buddhi sapartha rajasi. O son of Pritha, that understanding which cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion, between action that should be done and action that should not be done, is in the mode of passion. So you see the transformation, how it happens. In Sattviki, in the Sattvagun, everything is clear. The vision is very clear, the understanding is clear. In Rajogun, there is confusion, not clear. And if in that state of lack of clarity, if there are rules set against the rules of scripture, and eventually that will form a mold in society, and people will gravitate to that. So you see, so how science has come, so-called age of enlightenment. They came up, evolution theory. Then we are taught that in school. Then we hear stories of Ramayana some millions of years ago. Like I'm perfect example. I saw a small book, a booklet about Tirupati Balaji. Again, I have read a few times, but not perfectly. I don't know the story fully. But so in the book, it was like a cartoon format, like a comics format for children to read. So there's Varaha is there, and then he lifted earth from the ocean. I was laughing. Look at this. Ocean is there on earth, and earth is being lifted from the ocean. What nonsense is this? What kind of nonsense? So there is confusion. So there is when you present some other seeming reality, like what scientists, so-called Western society has done, so that brainwashing, is happening. So you will doubt your own scripture. Hey, this one is saying, yeah, ocean I can see, yes, but the book is saying something else. They're creating doubts. I think this is not correct. But if in one generation, two generations prior, they will say, we should not say like that. We should not say like that. Just out of respect, but having no confidence at the same time. So, but later on, people will become more and more bold. They will talk against. Then they will become atheists. They will talk. So this is how. First starts with confusion, then comes to complete conviction in nonsense. From conviction in absolute truth to conviction in absolute falsity, the middle portion transition is confusion. So to develop this confusion, there should be lesser of propaganda, religious propaganda, more of atheistic propaganda. So slowly the molding of the intelligence will shift of the population. This is the program of today's civilization. Cannot distinguish. This is mode of passion. Now, next. Adharmam dharmam iti. Yeah, conviction now. Full conviction. Adharmam dharmam iti. Manyate tamasavrita. Sarvarthan viparitamscha. Buddhi hi sapartha tamasi. This is mode of ignorance person. He is convinced that God is not there, religion is bogus, and he is right in doing whatever he wants. That is his understanding. That understanding which considers, not like he's confused, like cannot distinguish. No, no, no. He can distinguish now. This is proper. But actually he is convinced of the wrong thing. Sarvarthan viparitamscha, which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion. That is legislated. Under the spell of illusion and darkness and strives always in the wrong direction, O Partha is in the mode of ignorance. So, in the mode of passion, which is the capitalist worldview, and the mode of ignorance is communist worldview, where complete atheism is there, and in the capitalism, there is you can debate, you can discuss, and freedom of speech. Anyone can speak, but they will put algorithms which promote atheism behind the scenes. So, if anybody can speak, if freedom of speech, actually in Vedic culture there is no freedom of speech because idiots are not supposed to speak. Keep your nonsense to yourself. So only those who are coming from parampara, those who are authorities, they can actually speak. Prabhupada said nobody would dare to write a book in those times unless he is actually authorized. Nobody dares to write any book. But now, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech means you are allowing rascals to speak also. Without any qualification, anybody can speak on any subject. Then what will happen? Too many opinions, confusion. This is Rajasic. That's why capitalist so-called freedom, this freedom of movement, speech, this is all Rajasic. Tamasic, there is order, but in the reverse order. Sattvic, there is order. That is in the mode of goodness. Rajasic, there is so much confusion, debate, this, that, so many chaos. So, this is how it will degrade. So, Arjuna's question, if you see in the first chapter, see 140. Adharmabhibhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. When irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood or descendant of Vrishni comes unwanted progeny. See? Then what will happen? Sankaro narakaya eva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hyesham lupta pindodaka kriyaha. An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life both for the family and for those who destroy the family traditions. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped. So family traditions are, stopped. Kula dharma. Now, this kula dharma, according to different, modes, different kulas have different dharma. But the ultimate aim is to reach to Vishnu Bhakti. That is the ultimate aim. Like on a mountain, there is paths from different sides, and people are at different levels on the mountain. So accordingly, his measures should be different. As you go higher and higher, it will become colder and colder. Air will become thinner. There is more severe. You have to be absolutely fit to be there at the top. But those who are not fit, they can be at the bottom, slowly climb. Get accustomed to the next level, next level, next level. So similarly, this dharma, one is climbing at different levels. So accordingly, there are different dharmas according to that level. But the ultimate aim is to reach the top. Not that, my dharma is this, your dharma is that, everybody has different dharma, everybody will go different directions. No. Everybody is headed to the same direction. If we forget that and make a tradition of non-tradition, that means the tradition of every family, like Pindadan, all these things, are to eventually step by step elevate the persons. Right? But if over time the traditions have been lost, and for generations now the tradition is to have no religious tradition. If it becomes like that, And if somebody becomes religious after that, oh, you are breaking traditions, you see, you are breaking family tradition. Actually, he's reinstating the original tradition which was there, which these fellows have buggered it up, spoiled it, you know. So he is talking about the original traditions which lead to Krishna Bhakti. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped. So this is what happens. दोषैरेतैः कुलघ्नानां वर्णसङ्करकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. You see, the government, see, somebody has said yes. Lizard said yes. You see, now family is opening community projects. Religion, you practice private thing. Community projects. Family welfare, there is a ministry of what? Social welfare and family, MSF ministry. Community projects and family welfare activities are entirely devastated. Because without religion, you cannot maintain actually these things. Nonsense. Rubbish. You cannot. They are cutting the string of the necklace and still want to keep the pearls all intact. Not possible. उत्सन्न कुल धर्माणाम मनुष्याणाम जनार्दन नरके नियतम वासो भवति इत्यनुशुश्रुमा. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed dwell always in hell. So this is the thing when people are not taking birth properly. You see how deep science is there for the generation of population. It has just become one, cat and dog business now. Cat and dogs are better. They will go to opposite sex. Now they're trying to go to same sex. They at least know what to do. Humans are forgetting, becoming lesser than animals. So when we remove the religious aspect of life, everything, you can see the degradation of every aspect of it. First, so a family will become just, for enjoyment, happily married, happily ever after, and all these movies will come of all love stories and this. And even those are also shaping because marriage, although the religious systems have almost been gone, but still by, what is this matchmaking they used to do. Of course, there were also love marriages and all these things. But then, with what is this movies promoted so much now. Now there no consideration of astrology, nothing. Just try. Western society is like that. And in marriage, they have introduced the law of divorce. That is not actually according to this Vedic system. So, there is some inconvenience. Okay, let's introduce some law which, okay, divorce. So that is already illicit sex will start there. Right. Then, after that, there is now homosexuality came in. Now, transgender, everything. Whoever can do whatever they want, have sex with animals also. In Germany, there is like that, Don't be surprised. There is like that, bestiality brothels, they call them. Bestiality brothel means, where prostitutes are found. But bestiality brothels are where animals are kept for having sex. So these guys will pay and they keep animals chained like that. These guys will have sex with the animals. And they are saying, we are better than you people who are eating meat because you are killing the animal. We are just having sex only. Animal is still living. We did not kill the animal. You are cutting its throat. Which is better? They are arguing like that. That is in some countries of Europe, Germany. There are many bestiality brothels, it seems. This will all increase because, they will say, oh yeah, that's a good fair argument. They will say because the platform is shifting. What is good from absolute good to once you take out the absolute thing and everything will become relative and relative and relative. Okay, yeah, okay, we'll accept. Okay, we'll accept. Where you will go then? No end. Anything goes. So this is how everything will start. So that's why we cannot dharmena hina pashubhir samana. In fact, rather they become not even samana, they will become pashu adhama, the lowest of the animals. Animals are better. Hmm. You will see lions. They will kill the cubs, lion cubs. When the male lion goes to a pride or another pride, he will kill the babies of another lion, and then he will mate with the females, and then he will have his own children. Now you will see, wow, that is very cruel. What is this nonsense? But nowadays the mothers are killing children in the womb. In the womb they will kill. What is the difference? Worse. There their own mothers won't kill. The lionesses will fight, but they will lose to the lion, and then the lion will forcibly kill. But here, own mother. Nobody need to. No, no, no. Don't fight. I will do myself. See, nonsense. Hmm. This is because all this divorce, abortion, transgender, all this homosexuality, all this rubbish is coming because of religion. Hmm. But here you will find not just to have sex to have children. No, what kind of children? What is the end result? And what is the destination after death, and how it leads to elevation? Wow, see how much culture is there. Hmm. That is explained in today's verse. Um, and also, what is the mentality of the person when he is having intercourse? Huh? Here mentioned Agnidhra being a son of Priyavrata, I mean, such a powerful Vaishnava. And then his son Karmakandya became. How can something like that happen? Here that what Giridhar Goswami, some commentator, he explained that consciousness of Priyavrata when he was having intercourse while begetting him. So you see how much it is scientific. The mentality, how subtle it is. That much knowledge we should have, and to have that kind of mentality, what kind of life he should lead, how austere, how we should. I mean, how firmly fixed we should be. It's not a joke, As that's why I said, sex is not a private affair. It's a public, social, spiritual responsibility. A responsibility. Prabhupada said, yes, grahasthas also are necessary. Brahmacharis came from where then? Come from some family only. So, everything is necessary. But the thing is, if religion is not in the center of such a family unit, it'll go, it'll glide. I mean, now we can imagine now, Maharaj Priyavrata, whom Brahma himself came to him and asked him to become family man. I mean, he was reluctant, and he was ultimately, coerced or advised or whatever you can say. He became family man. Of that caliber, his son did not become a Vaishnava. What about us? What caliber of Vaishnava we are, and what will happen to our next generation? How careful we must be. That Mataji is not here. Yesterday when Mataji came, I did not say much actually when she said that. But this is the wrong understanding. When don't read books, this is what happens. She said, just asking how's your son and everything. Yeah, I now in Cambridge University, scholarship, everything Krishna's mercy, Prabhu. Yeah, Krishna's mercy. What is he doing? I asked. Oh, it's aeronautics and artificial intelligence. Okay. I said, I hope he doesn't lose his real intelligence. No, but he will lose. Honestly, he will lose. Oh. So this is not Krishna's mercy. Oh, he got a scholarship in some big material university. That's not a Krishna's mercy. This is what happens when we don't understand. So, devotees, they don't understand what is actually mercy, what is actually going away from. What is religious life, what is going away from religious life. This is ayathavat. Ayathavat, not yatharup. Ayatharup, as it is not. This is where the mixing up of religion and irreligion happens. That is mode of passion, not clear understanding. If somebody is going that way, you should feel compassion for him. Not that, oh, Cambridge, very good, very good. Then they will do, oh, what? Some special puja so that, Saraswati puja, or you get Cambridge University, this kind of nonsense. Saraswati is not meant for that. We are saying every time. Huh? What is that? Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat. Saraswati is the goddess of Vidya, not goddess of Avidya. That education is Avidya. It makes us forget ourselves, makes us infatuated with material affection, attraction. This is not education. It's a skill sets for earning some livelihood. No skill about life. Nothing about life. No, don't know anything about life. So this is not education. So consciousness of the parents and upbringing then thereafter. How can one lead a child in a proper way if he is not proper? I mean, Maharaj Priyavrata, how could he go wrong? I mean, entire universe, I mean, Bhumandal he was controlling. He made another son, second son. I mean, the kind of power he has, I mean, that kind of person still, you see, his. Of course, because he is a pure devotee, family will go, that's another thing. But you see you know, the degeneration of culture. Just a little bit inattention only. Little bit. I mean, he was so austere, so devoted as a brahmachari, so many thousands of years. After they became grahastha and became inattentive while having intercourse, and that resulted in his son becoming a karmakandiya. I mean, it's not an exceptional fall down, but it's a fall down nonetheless. That is how it falls. Nobody falls directly one cliff will be there like that, and then will fall like this. No, he will fall like that, like that, like that. And there is a ramp. Will go down. So this is very instructive. That's why Bhagavatam says, Gururna sasyat, svajano na sasyat, pita na sasyat, janani na sasyat, daivam na tatsyan, na patischa sasyan, namo cha yedyah samupeta mrityum. One who cannot deliver his dependence from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master, relative, father, husband, mother, or worshipable demigod. People think, oh, this is like, oh, you are too, what is that called? Um, Too fanatic. Oh, no, they must, children should have some education also. They should also go to, this. This is all, being brainwashed already. Yeah, a little bit, you should know how to read and write, arithmetic, and other skills you can actually pick up on your own. Once there is a foundation. Yes, there has to be foundation. I'm not saying no. But a system has to be developed where, with Krishna consciousness, they have to be doing this. And then this has to be the preference. When there are exams, children are nowhere to be found, parents are also nowhere to be found. Why? Oh, my children's exam. You're not your exam, right? What are you doing? No, I must help them study. I don't know. In our generation, we just studied ourselves. I don't know. Parents helped? Parents helped. Tuition, maybe. Some parents help, but anyway, in my circle, parents never bothered. I mean, you study, just they will say you study, but they don't sit beside. I would get irritated if I was a child and my mother is sitting beside me and, hey, this is, I know better than you, don't tell me. You know, that will be how I will be. I mean, we never were taught sitting beside, like this. This is studied. I mean, so, but this is the thing. That is the preference. Okay, chanting also now. Exam, concentrate. Here, no structure, no structure, no compulsion. Okay, you must learn Guru Ashtaka, say for example, Mangalarti song. What is the meaning of the song? Uh, you must know. Is there something like that? No. There is no compulsion here. Here, you know, uh, do as you can, as you please, whenever you want. That kind of attitude. Why? Now, how they will become strong? So, this is a good lesson. I mean, from here we can understand. Anybody can go. I mean, even the Lord's son also can. Who is that? Banasura, I think. Narakasura. Lord's son. He can go off track. Nityananda Vamsha became all off track. Nityananda's family's descendants off track. Yadava Kula off track. Some people proudly still say, I am Yadav. I gave nicely to few people already. Huh? What Yadav you are? Who is Yadav? You know or not? Our family, I'm coming from Yadav. Hey, Yadav means what? Are you chanting Hare Krishna? No. Then you are not Yadav. Yadav is who actually follows the real principles of Krishna, not just family. What is this nonsense? So, now everything is name. Everything is namesake. I am Brahmin, namesake. I am this Gotra, namesake. I am this family, Yadav or whatever, namesake. Some people say, the we were in this Deepavali fair, One lady came, said, please take a Bhagavad Gita. I am from Mathura. Okay. Yes, yes. I said, then you should be in this stall, I should be outside, you should be teaching me. What are you doing outside there? And she was dressed horribly. Horrible dress. I said, you must be teaching me. You are from Mathura, Janmasthan. What are you doing? Why are you outside? I am inside. You should be inside. No, my father always used to tell me about Krishna stories and yeah, but you have to take it up in your life now. Makes me angry. Oh, Mathura, suddenly. Oh, I'm from Kurukshetra. So why? What is it? Tell one sloka from Bhagavad Gita? Don't know. Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra also don't know. That is the state of affairs. Just saying, oh, I am from here. I am from Tirupati. Oh, what are you doing then? So, pious, but they're not taking advantage. But they're also impious to take in a family where, I don't know, there's no culture, nothing. Of course, there is piety, of course. They're not taking advantage. Brahmin family also same. What nonsense the Brahmins are doing. So this much, there is intricate science on how the society should be structured. Garbhadhan samskar before having population itself. The mentality should be just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He said, "Oh, I want a ray of Vishnu to propagate the." Although his family man, he's thinking about preaching and moving the world movement. And that should be the consciousness of a preacher. I mean, even family man. Oh, by preaching, the full time devotees will do. No, we will chant, go and take prasadam, say Hare Krishna, hi bye, and go back. Weekends. That can't be. We should all think about same thing. Preaching. There was this video footage of Prabhupada giving lecture in Balimardhan's marriage. Balimardhan Prabhu's marriage. Of course, the marriage later on broke. That's another thing. But in the marriage speech, Prabhupada spoke nothing about the marriage. He was preaching Chaitanya Prabhu's mission, the world movement, everything. Nothing to do with marriage, nothing. Oh, now you're going to get married, so this is nothing. Just talking as if it's a normal lecture. Nobody will ever make it out that he's actually in Balivardhan's marriage ceremony. It has nothing to do with the marriage. So, that is how it should be. This is just incidental, but the main thing is Krishna consciousness, preaching movement, and it's the duty of everyone, not just the Yara Dekha Tareka Krishna Upadesh. So that's what we should be thinking always. How to cooperate to move this movement. Of course, if you're not on the level where we are in the preaching mode, then we have to gain conviction ourselves, read books. It should be there. The books should be the base. Prabhupada said books are the basis of our movement. If books we don't read, then the basis is off track. As they say, building strong foundation weak. You know, some people have built chest and biceps and everything, legs very thin. There's no proportion. They say building strong, basement weak. So similarly, if our spiritual life is like that, uh, all show off, but inside the core is not really strong. Little bit like one pin, the whole balloon will burst, become nothing. You cannot even see where is the balloon. Looks very big. Oh, gigantic. One pinprick is enough. Completely gone. We cannot be like that balloon devotees. Balloon devotees. No core. If you pinprick a solid iron ball, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Pin will break. Pin will bend, pin will break. But a balloon, same size. But, no, nothing. And you can hit like this and go somewhere and go somewhere. With the wind, it will go. So we can't be going with the wind of Maya like that, wherever the Maya is taking us, there's no steadiness at all, no strength, no core strength at all. And that's why this verse is very important for all devotees. लीलामृत वीने खाय जदि अन्न पाने तबे भक्ते दुर्बल जीवाना जार एक बिंदु पाने उत्फुल्लित तनु माने हासे गाय करो ये नर्ताना. Men become strong and stout by eating sufficient grains, but the devotee who simply eats ordinary grains but does not taste the transcendental pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna gradually becomes weak and falls down from the transcendental position. However, if one drinks but a drop of the nectar of Krishna's pastimes, his body and mind begin to bloom and he begins to laugh, sing and dance. Purport. All the devotees connected with the Krishna consciousness movement must read all the books that have been translated, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and others. Otherwise, after some time, they will simply eat, sleep and fall down from their position. They will miss the opportunity to attain an eternal blissful life of transcendental pleasure. So I'd like to stop here. Any questions or comments?
So that time, Priyavrata had 7 sons, right? So it's like all 7 sons, Karma Kandiya.
I don't know. I have to remember again.
He had 7 sons once, and 3 sons, and 1 daughter like that. And now he had with the first wife. And then 3 sons became Paramahansa.
Yeah. Out of 10, right? 10 here. 3 became Paramahamsa. Yeah. Yes. Chakshusha, Raivata, Tamasa, Chakshusha.
So these 7 sons like that only.
I don't know. I have to read. Huh? 3 became Manus, 3 became sannyasis, I mean the Paramahamsas. 3 Brahmanas. Nabhi. Yeah. Of course, there's some reason why he. No, actually, this is not such a big fall down, honestly. But it's quite a big fall down from, if you see, from Vaishnava standards. But still in the Vedic thing, I mean, Vedic realm. And also, this is to show, again, these are to show us these lessons. Like if these kind of thing, like fall down of Brahma or fall down of Shiva, It's not technically a fall down, but it's a lesson for others. As that verse is there. What is that? 10:33:29. धर्मव्यतिक्रमोदृष्ट ईश्वराणां च साहसं त्यजीयसां न दोषाय वह्नेः सर्वभुजो यथा. The status of powerful controllers is not harmed by any apparently audacious transgression of morality we may see in them, for they are just like fire which devours everything fed into it and remains unpolluted. एतत् समाचरे जातु मनसापि ह्यनीश्वरः विनश्यत्याचरन् मौढ्याद् यथा रुद्रोब्धिजं विषम्. One who is not a great controller should never imitate the behavior of ruling personalities, even mentally. If out of foolishness an ordinary person does imitate such behavior, he will simply destroy himself, just as a person who is not Rudra would destroy himself if he tried to drink an ocean of poison. That's why there's the next thing. Ishvaranam vachaha satyam tathaivaacharitam kvachit tesham yat svavacho yuktam buddhimam tat samacharet. Statements of the Lord's empowered servants are always true, and the acts they perform are exemplary when consistent with those statements. Therefore, one who is intelligent should carry out their instructions. This is Anusharana and Anukarana. Anukarana and Anusharana means externally sounds like following the footsteps, but actually, Anukarana means to just imitate without qualification. Anusharan means to actually follow the instructions. Imitation and following are different. कुशलाचरितेनैषाम् इह स्वार्थो न विद्यते विपर्ययेण वानर्थो निरहङ्कारिणां प्रभो. My dear Prabhu, when these great persons who are free from false ego act piously in this world, they have no selfish motives to fulfill. You see? And even when they act in apparent contradiction to the laws of piety, they are not subject to sinful reactions. Mutakkhila sattvanam tiriyan martyadivaukasaṁ ishitushcheshitavyanam kushala kushalan vayah. How then could the Lord of all the demigods have any connection with the piety and impiety that affects his subject creatures? This is how the explanation is. Material activities never entangle the devotees of the Supreme Lord who are fully satisfied by serving the dust of his lotus feet, nor do material activities entangle those intelligent sages who have freed themselves from the bondage of all fruitive reactions by the power of yoga. So how could there be any question of bondage for the Lord himself who assumes his transcendental forms and according to his own sweet will? So in this way is explained. So any other questions or comments?
I have doubt. So, after hearing the spiritual master, Priyadata, seeming looks like for that moment out of context, but again came into line, and now you are saying this one is about the fall down, or not actually fall down, right? So, this one can become supportive statements for other groups after following Srila Prabhupada. Seemingly, this fall down did not fall down like
So that's why just now the verse already answers that even when they act in apparent transgression, they are not actually conditioned. They are actually showing as example. What is the consequence? That even if such persons have to be so careful, how much careful I should be. That is a lesson we should learn. So I cannot take that as that's exact example. If one imitates Shiva, and he will die, he will destroy himself. So Brahma also fell down, Shiva also fell down. I also can do this. If they can do, why I cannot do?
but they cannot be.
I mean, if Krishna danced with the girls, yeah, he do. But then why don't you ask the same question when he lifted Govardhan hill? Why he can do, I cannot do, I will also do. Do. They don't ask question at that point. So selectively they will choose and then try to justify their point without any qualification. So they cannot. That's why there's instructions. Vacha, that Ishwaranam Vacha Satyam. That one. So if there is nothing, then we'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.